We're back. Or should I do a Marcus? I'm doing a Marcus.
You'll never be a Marcus.
That's true.
What's your wildest online dating story?
Okay, so I'm going to set the scene. So I'm depressed and lonely. No. Let's go back a couple of years ago. Oh, I can't remember how I came across it, but I was advertised this event, which was like a speed dating event. Because a friend had recently done speed dating, and
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
and I was advertised from the same company, a dudes only kind of one. And anyway, at this event, it's like a digital event in person. So you basically meet via this, like, it's an app that like connects you with people, and then you literally go around this bar, like an inner city bar, when other people are in the bar, like just regular people just drinking beers are in the bar, but you're just like a lonely mo walking around. You're not really, but you literally get told where to go sit. It's like, oh, hey Caleb, your next date, his name is Zach, and Zach is over in the corner. And then there's a picture of Zach, and so then you go up and you're like, hey, how you going? Anyway, and I really wanted to see if this technology could lead to like a meaningful engagement. Like, that's it. Because at that time in my life, all I'm obsessed about, which is pretty much all I am still obsessed about, is building a platform for our community. And I'm like, I wonder if this technology will lead to like some meaningful engagements. And I went to this bar and I was doing like the do-si-do of walking around, but I couldn't have cared less. I was like, I don't even know what I was wearing. Like, I didn't care. And I remember going through being paired up with all these different people. And the one thing I didn't like about it was that you had to give a rating, a star rating after the 8 minutes with people. And I thought, oh, that's a bit harsh, because you find out at the end who gave you like your Uber rating, and then you get
Really?
matched up kind of thing. Yeah, pretty dark. But interestingly, I guess that experience so it's kind of online. It led to that a person that I met at the thing, who was like, oh, so what he's like, oh, what are you here for? Like, what are you interested in? And I said, I'm actually really curious about the technology here, because um I run this community, and I'm trying to like help us build a story sharing platform for people touched by like life-changing trauma. And he was like, sure. And I was like, so I'm trying to see if this like what it does. And he's like, oh my god, you're here like trying to check out like what the technology is like, and I'm trying to like meet the love of my life. And I was like, anyway. But then hilariously, because he's like, so what's this platform for? And I said, oh, so it's called Genius Network. It's this amazing community, and like everyone's got these amazing stories, and it's peeps from all around the world, and we all connect through like our narratives. And it's like about sort of like reframing trauma, and but just getting to the story, not the symptom. And he was just like, oh wow. And then I find out that he's like got all these, oh, I don't know if I should say. I'm like, Jess, should I say?
I
Is
don't
it
know what you're
gonna,
gonna say.
like, very fancy, like astrophysics? Like,
Yeah, I
this
mean,
person is an impressive person.
he's not the only person in astrophysics. It will be fine.
Exactly. There's a few of you, right? I'm sure if you're an
Like, I've dated
astrophysicist,
all of you, so
yeah. I'm like, you're all down, right? No, so I ended up being like, oh, just having this really nice interaction. And then astrophysicists became incredibly, so you got matched, as I said, the rating, the Uber rating of love matched
Mhm.
you up if people gave you a thingy. And so this person reached out to me. I was really busy, literally hocking Genius around. Like, I was like speaking for the NDIS, I was speaking at like Heads Together, I was trying to do stuff with the TAC, like all these acronyms. Sorry if you don't know them, but they're all these like Australian organizations that I'm trying to like shop Genius around, like going, there's this amazing community, you've got to get involved. And this person, I get this email going, hey, like I want to meet up, blah blah blah. And I was like, I literally, I didn't ghost because I do not believe in ghosting. Kids, if you're watching, do not ghost. It is not, it's impolite and it's not clear. And it's not effective. What I needed was just a bit of space before we actually met up. So then we ended up about a month and a half later, like I dragged it out, I think, ended up meeting up and we had a couple of dates and then the pandemic happened. And we remained connected online, literally through Zoom, and lots of other online, well, not lots of other, just literally like Zoom and Facebook. And it went nowhere. But in saying that it went nowhere, it was really awesome because I learned a really valuable lesson, which was to not have expectations on what the environment would be like and what would come of it, and to lead with what I was passionate about, even though that technically was work. It opened up this really interesting discussion where we connected on all these other things. Like once we went on the first date, it led to like these stories of like how we've both navigated different tricky situations, like real, that really is playing it down, like very hard situations in our lives. And it was just like, yeah, I just really was like, don't be like, you know, I remember years and years earlier, the first time I ever went on an online dating experience, which you might remember in Academy with Cal that I told many moons ago. We'll try and resurface it. I didn't lead with what I deemed as my story at that time, which was that I was navigating rehab and I really shied away from it. And now I'm not shying away from anything, but I'm not leading with my trauma. I don't need that now. What I need to lead with, and what I'd say to anyone, you should lead with what you're passionate about, because it just opened up conversations that truly led to a really meaningful pocket of a relationship with someone. And I trust that that'll happen again.
That's really sweet.
Really?
Oh yeah. And I hope we'll laugh again. This is really nice. Okay, so now we'd love to hear from you. As per usual, do you have any online dating stories to share?
Yeah, tell us, spill the tea. Joy Towner, calling you out.
Come on. I mean, especially during the pandemic, I feel like everyone's got some wild.
We're all sniffing around. We all want to be connected in some way, and sometimes a little bit of sauce. But I think, but there's also just like, it can be sweet, it can be saucy.
Why not both?
Why not both? Let us know.